10 years ago I bought the best knife in the world. And I think it still holds up to this day, that it might be the best knife in the world. Even though we've had hundreds of knives in the meantime. It just, how does it hold up 10 years after I bought it for the very first time? How does it still perform after hundreds of knives that we've tested and we've formed opinions about and new experiences and new steels? This was the start of the journey. How is it now, at the end of the journey? Because I'm stopping after this video. The story of this knife is actually pretty funny, I think. Is Virtual Vice, this was our YouTube god, our knife god. He used to have videos about the Bark River Aurora and CPM 3V. We did not have a super steel at the time, and at the time we thought that this knife was amazing because he thought it was amazing. And then suddenly I came to Maarten's house and he was like, I bought it from him. It was like, what? That was my knife that I wanted to buy. Yeah, and he bought it, and then just out of a panic that all of a sudden he had by far the best knife in the whole collection, the Bark River Aurora 3V from Virtual Vice. Yeah. I just sent him a mail like, do you have any other knives for sale? And
I don't care which one.
Yeah, and then he said, yeah, I'll sell you the Bark River Gunny Scandi CPM 3V. I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, and who knew that was gonna set in motion?
This is American oak. This is an invasive species in Maarten's forest. And at the time, they had cut down a tree because we wanted to get rid of it, and we had to chop all these things in smaller pieces. And that's where it started. I'm going to take you to exactly the place where that all started. So this was the spot, and even more so, this was the tree. And then we had to chop these branches exactly like this. I will show you.
Oh my God, Mikkie, that was really easily.
This is exactly the reason.
And you know, yeah, it doesn't look that impressive, but it is impressive for how small this knife is.
Yeah, and you know what? Stuff like that. Just chopping it like this. This was literally how it went. And I was doing that all afternoon with Maarten, yeah? Because we were just also trying to use our knives. Yeah, obviously we could have grabbed the saw, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to do it with a knife, also thicker stuff like this. Let me see if it's still possible. I mean,
look at those chunks come off. Boom.
Look at that, cut after cut after cut the whole day. We did this and it did not dull a little bit, not a single bit, and we had not experienced that with a knife ever. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, is this the power of a super steel? And that sparked our love for super steels. And Maarten also all of a sudden knew how good his Bark River Aurora and CPM 3V was. Yeah. We knew we had the power. And let's see what this knife is good at and see if it is still as good as I perceived it back then. This video is sponsored by the Dutch Knife Exhibition 2025. First of all, we have a DBK stand with our knives and products. Second, you can buy knives from not only famous brands but other custom knife makers. Third, you can buy your knife making supplies and much more. Last but not least, meet other knife lovers and share the passion. Wow! So folks, see you there on April 5th in Expo Houten. Dutch Knife Exhibition, oh yeah.
Hey, this is Maarten, straight from Bali. I'll be at the Dutch Knife Exhibition, so come, drop by and say hi. We have our shop and everything.
Hi, this is Sander from the Dutch Knife Exhibition. It's almost the 5th of April, so it's almost time for a 20th anniversary edition. I hope to see you there and talk knives all day.
Hi, this is Mikkie. Just come to the Dutch Knife Exhibition. Yeah, dude.
Really good, isn't it, Mikkie?
Oh man, it's so nice using this knife again. The handle is so incredibly lovely. And I think also part of the DBK designed handle was based on the geometry and size of this particular knife.
We gotta say, of course, this is our own sharpening job as well.
Yeah, this is not how it came. This is far from how it came out of the factory, but this is, oh my God.
This is the potential.
This is what we've done with this knife. Feather sticking must be 8.5 or something, like that.
You know, something that I notice a lot in the current knife world is that a lot of people like to keep their knives as new as out of the box as possible.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And that way you're just never gonna bond with your knife like you do with this knife.
Now, another thing, another negative point of this knife, I had to fix myself. And that is fire steel scraping. Some bark river knives come really dull, and this one also came really dull with a dull spine, I mean.
Yeah. Some come really sharp.
Some come really sharp, but this one came dull and I had to do it myself. I had to sharpen it myself, but now it's a dream. Look at that.
Boom, instant.
3 strikes. And I still love this knife. And if you look how well it batons as well. For a knife this size, it's almost as thick as the wood. It's almost as long as the wood is thick, yeah?
Boom.
It is no problem. Now let's see. Yeah. I haven't done that in a long time because it always takes up a lot of time.
Deceptive people love it, or else I'm gonna cry. I hate you wanna rock and roll, boy. I'll show you if you like. Let me take you to London City, Mexico.
Well, Mick, you made an amazing carving. What is it?
I don't even know what it is, but it's just like a square stick in a stick. I have to say, it is not as good at carving as a puukko.
No.
But in that time, when we used to have this knife for the first time, we did not know that. So I think, in my opinion, it has lost a bit of rating in terms of carving, just because I know now how good a puukko is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 or something for carving. And let's check out the edge, which I did not even sharpen before the video. The edge was not perfect. Some quick stropping on the DBK strop, available at the dbkshop.com. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look,
And how long?
look at that.
How long haven't you sharpened this knife?
Years, I think.
Years.
Or maybe we had a video not that long ago.
I think 3 years ago we had a video.
But like, it gets like a 7 out of 10 for edge holding. Now we arrived at a point in the video where I have to say that time has changed us a little bit. And that is with edge retention, because this used to be like the best edge retaining steel that we had, CPM 3V. It was on the top of the list in terms of edge retention. Now, of all the super steels, it's like one of the lowest edge retaining steels. It's not bad, but
now we got L-Max, M390, K390, Magna Cut Crewwear. There's just so many new exciting stuff.
You even got like CPM 3V Delta, which is even like an improved version of the CPM 3V. So, yeah, that is strange, but I'll show you. Like, we've had steels that could do 20 cuts on this.
Yeah, I think
it's
even
very exceptional. So experience shows that this knife or a CPM 3V often only does 3 rope cuts. And it is still good, but you can definitely see edge problems. See that? And I mean, that is good. That is like, it's better than any forged steel in the market. I think that's like the biggest difference with our opinion from now and from then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually, back then we thought it was leaps beyond what an ingot steel could do.
Yeah.
And now we know that there are also some very well heat treated ingot steels that come really close.
I think, look at that. I mean, with the lanyard, it has the power of a small chopping knife.
Yeah.
That is crazy because it is not a chopping knife. And even then, you can chop all you want with it in wood. CPM 3V is not gonna chip. It is one of the toughest steels, if not like the top 3 toughest super steels. If maybe not the toughest super steel, maybe, Martin.
No, not anymore, I think, but...
Oh, it used to be.
Echt wel gewoon...
Martin trying to tell me something while he's taking a leak. Things have changed in 10 years. Some very, very big stuff, but what hasn't changed is that we are doing a giveaway again this week.
Oh my god, and it's actually the last week that you can participate in this very big giveaway. We are giving away a Falcon Even NL5 thanks to DBK.
Yo!
We are giving a black and titanium WeKnife Night Blade thanks to DBK. A Tops BOB thanks to Blade HQ. A Benchmade thanks to Benchmade. Ben naam vergeten. 2 times a BPS Bushmade thanks to BPS. A Massive Fiber Black Dog thanks to Massive Fiber. 2 times a With Armor Expandable thanks to With Armor. And a Little Big Balls thanks to Midgods und Tusseljans.
Bark River Gunny Scandi in CPM 3V.
One of the most meaningful knives in the course of this channel.
Is it still the best knife in the world? What do you think?
I think it is still an amazing knife. Do I think it's the best knife in the world? I don't think.
Steels like Magna Cut did not exist back then.
No.
Steels like Steels like Crewware did not exist back then. Even steels like Elmex did not exist back then.
I think they existed, but they were very hard to get.
Having a knife like this in Elmex was an impossibility.
Yeah.
Now it is much more common, and yeah, I mean,
I'd like to think that we have helped spread super steels into the world.
you know what? I really hope so.
Yeah.
Overall, I give this knife maybe an 8 out of 10 still.
Yeah.
It's still, maybe even an 8.5 out of 10. It's still in my top 5. I mean, hold it, Martin, hold it.
Yeah, it is an incredible knife, one of the best handle ergonomics out there. Steels like CPM 3V are still like, for me, like the best balance of how hard it is to sharpen, how tough it is, how much edge retention it has.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not stainless, still it doesn't really rust that easily. 3V just has a very nice balance to it.
I used to think that this was the best feather sticking knife.
Yeah.
It is not the best feather sticking knife in our collection anymore. I thought it was the best carving knife at the time. Now we got more specific carving knives like the Pucos. You just don't beat those very thin and sharp grinds at carving. I thought it was one of the best batoners, but yeah, how do you beat a Becker BK2 or even this Aurora in batoning? What knife do you know that can do it all so well
for
in
its
one
size?
knife?
Yeah, it's just an incredibly well balanced knife with an incredibly well balanced steel.
If I had to go somewhere, do something that I didn't know specifically what I needed to do, I would probably take this knife, DBK Bushcrafter, the Aurora, whatever. Yeah, it's into that category instead of like a Puco or a carving knife or a batoning knife or a hard use knife.
And I think this is where our heart lies, in the knives that can do almost everything well.
Still top 5, not top 1.
Exactly.
So ladies and gentlemen, hope you like this video.
Yeah.
Tell us what other knives you'd like to see us review, and I think some other knives are also due to have a new video 10 years later.
Hey, and if you see me next week, I have survived Bali. If you don't see me, I have not survived Bali.
And I've got loads of more knives.